Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me for another Jurassic Park review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Amber Collection Velociraptor Charlie. And I know I'm a bit behind the times on this one. I know this has been out for a small ice age, but I've only just been able to get one here in the UK. And in fact I had to get this from America because it's the only place that had it originally were Jurassic toys, but their pre-orders sold out even before I knew they'd gone up, to be honest. So I had to get one from America. So I managed to get one off of Amazon for about the same price I would have paid on Jurassic toys. So I'm pretty happy about that. So yes, apologies that this is quite late, but we're getting there. I've got 3 of the 4. I do have Echo, and I will be reviewing her shortly. So if you're interested in seeing my review of Echo, then do please stay tuned to the channel. But for this one, as always, let's take a look at the packaging. So she comes in this large window box package, which I think is fantastic for mint on card, mint in box collectors, because you can see the whole figure. My only issue with this packaging is the fact that the tail basically gets squashed in here. And the reason I'm bothered about it is, well, I'll show you. I'll show you when we get to the comparisons why it bothers me. But yes, otherwise it's nicely packaged. She does look pretty good there. So yeah, you've got that nice amber background, which I do quite like. It is pretty funky. And it just says Velociraptor Charlie at the bottom. So yes, we're getting there. So on this side of the box you've got a little mosquito in amber. On this side you've got the Jurassic World logo, and you can get a better look there at the figure inside. On the back we actually get a bio this time. That's nice. We get a picture of Charlie and we get a little bio, so that's nice. Yeah. And then on the bottom we've got all the usual things, and yeah, this one was definitely designed to release just in America, although it's just distributed in the EU by Mattel UK. So maybe we should have had it, but we never got it because of course we didn't. But yeah, so that's it for the box. I will crack her open and we'll take a closer look at the figure. Right, so here we have Charlie out of the box. And before I get into talking about the figure itself, we'll have a quick look at what she comes with, which is pretty much the same as what all of them come with. So you get this really nice little amber coloured stand with the Jurassic Park logo on it there. So yeah, it's just made out of a hard plastic. It's pretty nice, and you get the bit to go with it. Now this would go in here like so. I'm not actually going to do that because I don't intend to use the stands. It's just going to be easier for me to store them flat, but you get the idea. So basically this piece here, this topmost part, would normally go into here. So you know, it just sort of pops in there like so, and it's tight. You know, it's a. I hate where they've put it because it just looks so wrong, but you get the idea. I'm not going to talk about that anymore, just in case there are kids watching. These videos aren't made for kids, but you know, just in case there are any watching. But you adults, you get the implication. So yeah, and you also get this little camera rubbery doodad which goes on her head, and honestly I can never remember which way around this blasted thing is meant to go. I think it goes that way. I think it goes on that way, so you basically just finagle it all the way over. I'm not going to stretch it, I'll be honest. I think I did this with the blue video that I did, so if you do want to see how that fits on, I will link to the blue video I did for Fingers on Plastic. I did blue and I did Delta there, so I will link to both of those. And I've just noticed she's got a really, really wonky claw. That's like the ultimate ingrowing toenail, that is. Look at that, flipping heck. I'll have to heat that up with a bit of water. I think that's the way she was shoved in the packaging. stand. All right, lean. Okay, right, so with the accessories out of the way, what that there are, let's have a look at the figure herself. And yeah, I do like these. I think these are fantastic figures. I absolutely love the way that they look. The sculpting is wonderful. The painting is sublime. They're just fantastic figures, and this is why I went to the trouble of getting the two that I needed from America, because I didn't want half a Raptor squad. And if they were the cheap ones, I wouldn't have gone out of my way, because I know that they're going to get a repaint at some point anyway. But with these Amber Collection ones, I feel like these might be like a one and done deal. So you get one Charlie, one Blue, one Echo, one Delta, and then they never release them again. They'll release them in different colours, because they have already released this as the Jurassic Park Velociraptor, which is it's not right for the Jurassic Park Velociraptor. It's not the right sculpt for that. But that aside, they've released a Tiger Raptor as well, which I should be getting any day now. I'm just waiting for Jurassic Toys to ask me for the money for that, and the Amber Collection Pteranodon. So yeah, so I really felt that I had to get these while they were still available, even if I had to pay extra to get them from America. So yeah, I know, I'm daft, but look at them, they're stunning. So alright, after that little preamble, let's get in close, and you can see that Charlie does have a beautifully painted gold eye, and the level of detail on this sculpt, just look at her head. There's no one scale that is identical to the other scales on the head. It's beautifully sculpted. And yes, I know we've already had the four Raptor squad members, Jurassic Park, and the Tiger Raptor. So this mould has now been used 6 times, but it's still stunning. You also get very, very high levels of paint detailing in the mouth there. Look, you can see it's wet at the back, or it's glossy, I should say, to make it look wet. The tongue is not painted in a wet look, but you know, it's not a huge problem. You know, the teeth are painted very, very well, and then you get all this fantastic sculpt and paintwork all the way down the figure. As you can see there. Lovely detailing. Some nice detailing around the rib section here, with folds in the skin, and you can also see this just above the leg as well. Just see some folding in the skin there. Just sublime, absolutely sublime sculpting. Don't get me wrong, these aren't like Nanmu levels of sculpting detail, but they're getting pretty close. Nanmu is not an action figure. Nanmu is just a statue with a movable jaw, so you know, we can't really compare to that level. Yeah. Sort of, it goes off a bit down the tail, but that's to be expected. Let's have a look down the other side. Again, you can see flashing there, that's okay. It is just a wonderful figure. They just look amazing. I can't tell you how much I love these things. They are fantastic. Getting on their hands there, and you can see the detailing there on the back of the hands. Not so much on the underside, but then you know, don't want full fingerprints or anything, do we? That would be asking too much. And you can see the underside of the figure as well, really nicely done. The only thing you don't get with these figures is the Jurassic World fact set, which would have been nice. I think it would have been fun, but I guess, you know, they've done a bit of sculpt work under here as well, so maybe they could have put it on a box or something just for a laugh. But yeah, so sculpting and paint wise, just absolutely stunning, just amazing work. Articulation wise, these things are quite heavily articulated. So you get, so you get movement on both the top of the head and the lower jaw, and you get a bend here. It's a bit stiff because I think it's been in the box for quite some time now, this one. And here, I believe it's on a ball joint, and then you get a ball joint at the neck, at the lower neck I should say, which gives you a wide range of movement. You have rotation on the shoulder and in and out movement on that hinge. You get rotation and a hinge joint at this elbow, and you get the same on the hands. For the back legs, you get, oh, it's really stiff. You get rotation, and you also have this in and out movement, which they do put on the larger of the mainline dinosaurs, but honestly it's practically useless for them because there's no other articulation. So, but it does serve a purpose here, so I'm all for that. And you get a rotation and a hinge at the knee. You get one at the lower leg, and you get and you get a hinge and rotation at the foot. The sickle claw can move up and down, and then you get a ball jointed tail. So these figures are absolutely jam-packed with articulation. So yeah, worth every penny, for me anyway. I understand that if you're not a dino nerd, you might think that 35 quid is a lot to pay for one of these, and I would agree, but you know, you buy what you like, don't you? You know, at the end of the day. I'm not into wrestling figures, but I know most of my friends are, so I'm trying to get her to stand now. Stand, girl. There we go. Right. So let me just address the elephant in the room here. This tail bend. The reason I have an issue with this is that this is like an old-fashioned tail bend. So the tail itself is done in a very soft plastic, almost rubber, with well, I'm guessing at least one strand of metal wire down the middle. Actually, I can tell you exactly how many's in there in a minute. They're packed in the boxes with the tails like this. The reason I have an issue with this is because of this. This is my Delta figure, and I was posing her one day and her tail just broke. It just broke off. It's hanging on ever so slightly, but it just came straight off. And as you can see, it's broken at the place that it was bent in the box. So this is why I have an issue with this, the way that they're packed into the boxes. I would have rather paid maybe £1 or £2 more to have a box that the tails fit in correctly, so that this didn't happen, because my 35 quid collectible dinosaur is now effectively worthless. And it's not about the intrinsic value itself, it's in the fact that I bought these to enjoy, and now every time I look at this I'm going to think, yeah, that's broken. I could glue it back together, but I don't know if it's going to break off again. So yeah, that's the issue I have with the way they pack them in the boxes. It worries me. I don't know if they're all going to go like that, because you know it's a kind of a rubber compound, so at the end of the day they are going to wear out eventually, but I would like them to last more than the few weeks that it took for that to break. So yeah. So while I've got Delta in shot, let me also bring in blue, and then that will give us 3 of our 4 members of the Raptor squad, and I think that they are shaping up very, very nicely. So yeah, interestingly, Delta doesn't have the gold painted eye. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's like an edition thing. Maybe it's like a first edition Raptor with a gold painted eye. I don't know. But that one had been knocking around on Amazon US for quite a while, I think. So, yeah. But they're all exactly the same. The only difference is the paint. Everything else is identical. So let me just take these out of the way for the moment. So yes, I am extremely happy to have Charlie in my collection, but that tail does worry me. I'm not going to lie, it does. I'm very worried about that. I'm going to leave it for now. I'm not going to fiddle around with it. It's quite warm here in the UK where I'm filming today. I mean, not that I film anywhere else, but you know what I mean. So yeah, maybe I'll try and just pop her out in the sun and let that sort of soften up a wee bit before I try and straighten it out. So yes, I think I've covered pretty much everything on these figures. As far as I'm aware, Charlie and Echo are not going to be available in the UK. If they were thinking of releasing them here, I think that ship has long since sailed. Like I say, I had to get mine from America. This one I got off of Amazon in America. I will be doing Echo next, so keep an eye out for that. But yes, as always, thank you for joining me for this review. I hope you've enjoyed it. And until the next one, do take care of yourselves, and bye for now. Bye bye.